If you're thinking about selling your luxury Flower Mound home this year or anytime soon, maybe you're just even curious about what high-end buyers are looking for, well, this video is going to be a game changer for you. We're going to talk about what these high-end buyers are looking for, what they expect, what they're willing to pay more for, and how to position your home so that you can attract these right buyers in 2025.
Trust us, you do not want to get this wrong because it's not just about a price point. It's about being exclusive, a lifestyle, and the perceived value. Buyers today don't want just a beautiful home. They want a home that fits their lifestyle and the way that they entertain.
And here's the thing, what luxury home buyers want has changed. If you're thinking that, it's the same as it was 5 to 10 years ago, that is totally different. We're trending in a different direction, and you don't want to leave potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table.
Exactly, because we're not just guessing here. We've sold almost $120 million of real estate throughout our career, and also being a guild member for the Institute of Luxury Home Marketing. So we have access to all the latest trends of what's going on in the luxury market and really what's going on at the highest level of real estate, not just here locally, but around the country and around the world.
Right. And we also, as part of that institute, we network with other luxury, high-level agents across the globe. So we get to know what's going on there as well. So stick with us because by the end of this video, you'll know what luxury home buyers want in 2025 and how to position your home to sell to the right buyer for top dollar.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into it.
So first up, and this is big, high-end buyers are prioritizing the resort-styled outdoor living spaces above anything else. As a matter of fact, 82% of the high-end buyers in DFW were looking at these high-end resort-style outdoor spaces over even interior finishes.
It's not just about having a swimming pool in the backyard anymore. It's about the whole outdoor entertainment living space that everybody is looking for. And we're talking about a luxury pool with the infinity edge, along with the a covered patio area, along with a gourmet outdoor kitchen, including the built-in pizza oven, and even private pickleball courts.
Yes, pickleball is massive. So it's the fastest growing sport in America right now. And a lot of your luxury, high-end buyers, they don't necessarily want to wait for a court at the clubhouse. They want to just have their own private court that they can use.
Right, because right now in the Flower Mound area, in the surrounding areas, the towns or the cities are trying to put pickleball courts in as fast as they can right now. But we actually just had a buyer build a home, and now they're adding in a pickleball court, a massive swimming pool, and an in-law suite, and all that to really have that big outdoor experience for them and their family.
Right. So, we're not suggesting that you go put in a pickleball court if you don't currently have one. If you're planning on selling, in this next 6 months to a year, you'd have to look at the numbers on that to see if there's a good ROI. But if you say a lot of Flower Mound residents have tennis courts that, for instance, we went on a pre-listing appointment for a home here in Flower Mound recently that they had an older tennis court that they hadn't used in a long time. It had some wear and tear on it. And I got excited. I said, oh my gosh, you could turn this into a pickleball court. And this lady looked at me like I had three heads. She didn't really, she'd kind of heard about pickleball, but didn't really know. And honestly, you could, for not much money at all, you could turn a tennis court into a pickleball court, just lowering the net, putting some lines on potentially. So that's something to consider.
It's just more than a trend. It's definitely a lifestyle statement because when a buyer walks in and they see the pickleball court, they see private and it's exclusive and it's entertainment ready. And it definitely makes it stand out from all of the other competition.
The next thing that luxury buyers are looking for right now is that smart home, energy efficient home. And that's something that we're seeing really trending.
Today's luxury buyers are definitely looking for full automation. And that's including definitely the climate control, audio visual, and security systems, along with other host of things. Because they're not looking just for the simplicity of the convenience, but they're also looking for the efficiency of it as well.
Right. This is something that we're definitely seeing more of in the brand new homes that are more energy efficient. They have the smart home features. So if you have an older pre-owned home in Flower Mound, you need to look at it. It's a case-by-case basis. If it's something that you can do easily to include these things or not, when are you planning on selling? Again, you have to look at all those things. And look, if you're thinking of selling your home in the next year or so, and you're not sure if your home is positioned to meet the expectations of these luxury buyers, then let's talk. We actually offer a luxury home strategy call so we can go over how to position your home, what updates it may need or may not need, and that way that you're positioned for the right buyer.
We don't just list luxury homes, we position them. So if you want a strategy call to learn how to really be able to position your home in today's market rather than last year's market, just reach out and give us a call. All right, so next on our list is the wellness spaces. Luxury home buyers are willing to pay more for a home that supports their journey to health and well-being with dedicated spaces just for that.
So that means home gyms with high-end equipment, spa-like bathrooms with infrared saunas, and even cold plunge tubs. 70% of luxury buyers say they would pay more for these dedicated wellness spaces. And I think it's really a trend we've been seeing for a few years now, especially, the CEOs, entrepreneurs, they're really into, staying fit so they can be more productive and live longer.
That's why when we're working with our sellers as we're going through the house, we're looking for a space that can be dedicated as a wellness space, since that's what the buyers are looking for.
Many luxury homes already have a fitness room, but for those that don't, it could easily be, say, a extra bedroom or maybe like a bonus room or a bonus space that doesn't really have a specific dedicated need would be easy to turn into a fitness room.
Yeah, because we're really seeing that in the older homes here in the Flower Mound areas. Majority of the homes were built in the 1990s or early 2000s, and that wasn't a thing back then. So that's one of the things we're definitely looking at. Now, this one's definitely huge. Today's market, the buyer is not looking for something they've got to go in and update. They're looking for something that's turnkey and ready to be moved in.
Yes, 71% of luxury home buyers are saying that they do not want a home that needs to be updated. They would prefer a move-in ready home because they're busy and they don't want to spend 6 months to have to fix up the house before they can even move in.
Here's the key. The homes that have been updated and they're modern, they've been, really remodeled. Those are the homes that are selling for a higher price. When the buyer walks into a home and they see things that need to be remodeled, all of a sudden they're thinking, okay, what is a remodel budget for this home? And like all buyers, we're all guilty of this, is the buyers will always overestimate what it costs actually to remodel a property. And generally we see that about a 3 times the actual amount of money needed for that remodel.
And something else, we've all heard of the easy button. People would pay more now for convenience. They would rather have it already done. They're willing to pay for that, already done, ready to walk in, than them have to be inconvenienced by, going and picking out all the things, having to. A lot of these, especially luxury homeowners, what we tend to see is they'll say, well, we don't want to update it because we know the buyer coming in will have their own style and how they want to do things, which I understand that they would think that. And maybe that is for a small percentage, but more often than not, I would say, depending on the situation, obviously, in the home, but you can easily do a more of a generic traditional update that will please more potential buyers. It's really easy to do that. And that way they don't have to come in and try. So many people, when they walk in, you've seen this so many times when you bring buyers into homes, they have a hard time envisioning what the home could look like. All they see is, oh gosh, everywhere they look is it's older, it needs new everything. And they don't necessarily know what it needs. They just know it's older, I don't like it. And then that's all they see and they're out.
And that's why we see 30% of the sales right now are new construction, because they're ready to move in. They don't have to worry about the maintenance in the first, 8 to 10 years, and they're ready to move in.
Right. And especially in the luxury market, there's not as many new homes in that upper tier luxury market. So I think it's a great thing to really look at how can you position your home for those buyers that want that newer home and see what that would look like based on how should you price it if you don't update it versus how do you price it if it's updated to see if it makes sense.
So I would definitely caution as far as doing what we call a partial update. Now, the partial update, I mean, as far as just kind of doing this or that, because we actually looked at a home here in Flower Mound recently where the seller had gone in and done a really great job on remodeling the kitchen using high-end appliances and all that. However, the interior of the house still needed to be repainted. The flooring needed to be redone. And so they spent all the money on the kitchen, but not all the other stuff. So there is that balance that needs to be achieved with that. And sometimes that is tough to do, but it's definitely doable. When you do, you're going to hit that home run to be able to get you top dollar when it comes to selling the house.
One thing that I would say here is if you're going to do some remodeling, some updates, some refreshing to your house, if you want to sell it, I would talk to your real estate professional first before you do anything, get their opinion on what they think is necessary, because it could save you a lot of money. And to know those specific areas that are most needed, that's going to bring you the best ROI for your investment, instead of throwing everything into one thing that you think you might like and it might not bring you really, the ROI that you were hoping for.
And I'll just throw this part in. It also comes down to the little details of just paint colors.
Yes.
Because we've seen that as like, just some off the wall paint colors. We're like, why'd you do this? And you're trying to sell it when it should just kind of been a more of a neutral color that blends in the rest of the house, because now that buyer's thinking, okay, now I got to repaint this again.
So if you're thinking about selling your luxury Flower Mound home, positioning is everything.
Yeah, so don't leave money on the table. Feel free to reach out for a personal strategy call, so that way we can be able to visit with you to see how do we position you to get you top dollar when it comes to selling your Flower Mound home.